This is Tea with Queens, where the headlines get a makeover and the truth gets heels.
We don't just read the gossip, we rewrite it, one savage take at a time.
Caution, today's tea is unfiltered and fabulous. You know, one of the really interesting things about David Spade is that, even though he was a huge star on SNL with the Hollywood Minute and all those classic films like Joe Dirt and Tommy Boy, he's been, kind of falling out of the mainstream spot recently.
Yep, right. And while some might say he's vanished, it's more like he's been strategically, stepping back into different ventures, isn't it?
Exactly. It's like, he started on SNL in 1990, made a name for himself, and then by the mid-90s he transitioned to big screen roles. But then things, shifted. He's been taking on roles that haven't quite captured critics' hearts, like his later films such as Grown Ups and especially The Ridiculous Six.
Sure. And even his sequel to Joe Dirt didn't land quite like the original, did it?
Absolutely. It's almost like, following up on a cult hit is like a double-edged sword. You want that original charm, but the sequel seems to, miss the mark sometimes.
I hear you. And then there's the TV angle. For a guy who was a TV fixture on shows like Just Shoot Me and then dabbled in reality with Fameless, it seems like, his presence on TV has really dipped.
Yeah, it's dipped, but it's interesting because even though he's been MIA on major TV dramas, he did have that stint on reality shows and even brief, cameo spots later on.
Right? Do you think his, more recent projects like the Netflix films played a role in his lower profile?
Yeah, definitely. Projects like Father of the Year and Warning Shot didn't really hit the buzz they needed. It's like his earlier ventures had that, winning formula, but the newer ones just didn't resonate.
I also find it interesting that despite these setbacks, he's pivoting back with a new late-night show on Comedy Central. That seems like a, pretty bold move, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. And it's like he's saying, I'm still here. But, his show is promising a focus on pop culture and humor without the heavy political angle. Weird contrast compared to today's standard late-night fare.
Yep. I mean, he's practically reinventing himself, right? Even his stand-up gigs, which have been sporadic since his last special, show that he hasn't lost his knack for comedy, despite the film setbacks.
Definitely. And, not to forget his audiobook memoir, A Polaroid Guy in a Snapchat World, tapping into a whole different audience that might be more into, reflective, less tangible media.
Right on. Though, if I might respectfully challenge one angle here, some might argue that rather than reinventing, these moves show a lack of direction. What do you think?
Well, that point is valid to some extent. But, if you look at it, Spade's choices reflect a kind of versatility. He's not just clinging to his past successes, he's, exploring new territories, be it audio, stand-up tours, or this late-night endeavor.
That versatility does seem key. And then there's the personal side, like his near accident, the burglary at his place, even his role as a father, which all add layers to his story, making his current public profile, or lack thereof, feel even more nuanced.
Exactly, it's like his life off-screen has been just as eventful as his comedic career, and each of these incidents, shapes the way we finally see him now.
Yep. So, all in all, while he might not dominate the screen as before, Spade is, clearly still evolving, with a mix of setbacks and promising comebacks.
Right on. Whether it's through his new Comedy Central show or his live stand-up, it's, clear that David Spade still has plenty to offer, even if the spotlight has shifted a bit over time.
Absolutely.